Good morning, everybody. Let's take a look. This is the bathroom that we're putting in my house. This is my personal residence that we're doing this at. And that rental house that I got, we are having to work on it. So we've taken off of working here. Haven't been doing anything for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks on it. And that's where the commode's gonna go, right there. I need to pick that up because I want one that's tall. I want one that's gonna be 18 to 20 inches tall. This is gonna be my bathroom. This is gonna be a bathroom made just for me, for a tall guy, all right? So, but we are making progress, but we got our priorities in line. At one time, about 3.5 years ago, I lost out on about $50,000 to $60,000 in rent because I let some properties stay vacant. And I kept saying, well, we'll get to it. We can do it cheaper than somebody else. And then before you know it, 9 months, a year slips by, 3 properties, boom, there you have it. So we had to change our business model, make it a priority that we keep our eye focused on what it is about. It's about cash flow. And so as soon as something comes vacant, I finish the project we're on, and then boom, we're getting on it so that it does not stay vacant. So we're gonna get this rental house up and going in the next 2 weeks, even if it kills us. Writing down in my journal, been pretty good about that. Y'all almost saw Tyson. He about got that cookie right there on the table, so there he goes. Yep. But anywho, so we're getting moving along. This is part of the day of what goes on with the entrepreneur and a hustler and everything. You got to make sure you get everything in its place, so to speak. Pulling up to my house to check to see how the roof looks, and I got a trailer there, so hopefully nobody stole any tools out of it, but you just never know. Well, everything's looking good. We got a new roof. I really like how they ran this modified rubber up underneath the shingles. Checked out the house. It looks real good. Now I'm headed to go do an estimate on a roof at another house. Then we got to ride over, about 30-minute drive, do an estimate on 2 roofs over there, come back, make some stuff happen. Now that roof right there, that house has been added on to about 2 times. It's actually set up as a duplex. And a lot of roof space up there and everything, and it's in bad shape. Just replacing the roof itself is going to be $16,000, and that could have been prevented had somebody spent some time and some money and everything. And that's one of the biggest problems with rental properties is people, they don't buy it right. Okay, they're on some margins, and then they don't ever want to put any money back into the property. And the problem with that is that if you ever have to get financing on it, then you got to spend a bunch of money to get it financed. The other thing is if you have to sell it at such a huge discount to make it worth somebody's while for them to buy it and then put all that money into it. And it just doesn't make sense. The other problem is that, especially having to do with the roof, if that's not in good shape, then what's happening is that the house becomes damaged because of that roof, and that's not good at all. So, you know, one thing with rental properties is you got to spend the money and put it back into them, and therefore that means you got to buy it right. Like the house that I have in my area, a roof lasts 15 to 20 years. The roof that I just had done on that front house is probably going to end up being about $75 a month that I'll have to put into an account by the time, as long as no hurricanes, but it comes due again to put a new roof on there, $75 a month, boom, that money's there. The problem is, you buy a property from somebody, they basically run them into the ground, suck all the equity out of them and everything, and then you're faced with a problem property that needs a lot of work. Somebody like me comes in, buys it at a huge discount, and then boom, we're able to make that happen. And that's part of the way that it goes. Now that's some crazy stuff. Hard to see it, but I found a big old splinter up underneath my finger. Ain't no telling how long that's been there. We're gonna have to do a little bit of surgery here in just a second. I thought it was just a little bit of dirt, but nope, it is not. Surgery is complete. Splinter is no more. Well, we just signed a contract on a roof, about $10,000. That's nice. Go fit nicely.
In 1 mile, turn left onto.
Now we're headed to the second roof. We're going to take a look at it, and hopefully we can get a contract signed on it as well. We're able to make things happen pretty quickly these days. Well, we got through with the other estimate. Called the lady, told her about it, and she's kind of in sticker shock. And that happens, especially with roofs. Roofs are extremely expensive. State of Florida, when we pay a man to pay 42%, which means for every $100 they get paid in payroll, you have to pay $42 for workman's compensation. And that adds heavily to the price. Unfortunately, it is what it is. And but both of these houses that he has, she's been sucking the money out of them for a long time, and hasn't put anything back or chose to put anything into the properties. Unfortunately, that's the way that it goes, and that I can't do anything about. But I do teach that when you have rental property, you need to make sure that your profit is good enough that you can pay your taxes, your insurance, and then put money away for what we call capital expenses, because they do happen. Those are your water heaters, your roofs, plumbing, electrical, air conditioner going out. Air conditioner is going to go out once every 10 years. And then you also got to, figure $7 a month for a water heater, $75 a month for a roof. So, and again, you hear me preach all the time about focusing. Most people can't leave that money alone. They have got to touch it. They have got to go spend it. They got to do something with it. And it's like, bad days are going to come. Rainy days are going to come. Emergencies are going to come. And you got to have that money. Otherwise, they just keep sucking the life out of the property, basically till it's just a shithole and there's nothing left. And, hence the term slumlord. Hook a brother up. Okay, colossal day. We got a roof signed. We're going to have to pick up a dump trailer tomorrow. Got a memorial to go to for a friend of mine that very vibrant soul. Unfortunately, she lost her life in a motorcycle accident. And she'd been married a long time, and unfortunately her husband went back to drinking. She did not. They got a divorce, and she was kind of finding her way in life. She would go fishing all the time by herself. Been riding bikes for a long time. She took a trip by herself to Daytona, and then her and a friend went to Thunder Beach in Panama City, Florida, and they had somebody pull out in front of them. And so she lost her leg, and then 2 days later she lost her life as well. So, however, good night. Went to the card room, played. I was down a couple $100, and then I got to tell you about this hand. This guy sits down. He's young. There's not a lot of money in the pot. 3 people in it. The flop comes Queen 7-7. They check around. One guy bets. The young guy calls. The other person folds. The card was influential. The river comes, and then the initial bettor, he makes a bet. The young guy says, I'm all in. The other guy says, I call. The initial better has queen 7. The young guy has pocket queens. Unbelievable. The odds of that happening are slim, and they're only letting 6 people to a table. So now, me and the young guy get into a hand. I got 5-6, and I think he made it $10, and now he's got like 500 in front of him, and I think I got 700 in front of me down. Okay, and so the flop comes 10, 6, 5, all spades. I check. He checks. 4th spade comes on the river. I bet $20. He made $40. And I figure if a 5 or a 6 comes, then I'm going to be absolutely golden. So I called his 20, and sure enough, the miracle 6 comes on the river. I check. He bets at like $60. I make it $250. At that point, he's got about $450 in front of him. He says, I'm all in. I said, I called, do you have queens or 10s? He said, no. And he rolls over the ace of spades, and I said, ship it! Because my 6s full of 5 beats your ace high flush. And then we were $350 to the good. In less than 5 minutes, I racked everything up and walked out a winner. So now I'm here at the house, wrapping this up. Going to get this video on the channel and everything. If y'all need me, send me an email, let me know, and we'll make, I'll try to answer any of your questions or whatnot. Check out the store on the Hustle Nation store. Got some cool t-shirts and stickers and everything, and I found who had my money today. Boom! Roof contract, sold that roof, found somebody at the card table, had my money, so been a good day. Hope you have a great weekend.